Hey guys, who is the root cause of your problems? Let's talk about that right now.
Let's go.
Welcome everybody to episode 6 here on the Improve Men channel.
Woo!
Welcome. My name is Paul Sebastian,
My name is Jesus Pacheco.
and this is our second video that we are featuring in the middle of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run with that theme. But, before we get this episode started, we wanted to go ahead and we wanted to just remind everyone out there that's coming across our content to please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as we are on
Instagram and TikTok. We're going to have it right here and on the description. So please just give us a follow over there.
Yep, we are everywhere now, or at least we're trying to be. So, let's get things underway, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yep. So, now the question here, or the things that we're wondering about, is who or what are the root causes for your problems?
Let's start with number 1, your phone. Topic 1, your phone is making you miserable. And why? Because your phone right now is just a source of distraction. Right now, the relationship that you have with your phones is just as a source of distracting yourself for the things that you can do out there in your life. Because guess what? Everything that you see on your phone is merely a distraction. If you see in the news, if you see what's happening out there, I'm sorry, but you cannot control any of it. But the only thing that you can really control are the things in your life, are the things that are happening around you, the people who surround yourself, the people who are affecting you in your life. You can change that. So if you really want to make a change, you need to start changing the relationship that you have with your phone. Your phone is only making you miserable because you're looking at what's happening outside, but you're not looking at what's happening inside.
Yep.
So let's change the relationship that we have with our phones, right? And stop distracting yourself.
Right on. Yep. I totally agree. And with that, why don't we move on to topic 2? Most of your anxiety comes from things you cannot control. Okay, guys. So a lot of us will experience anxiety in our lives in many different situations, whatever that may be. And when you experience that, it'll often be related to overthinking. And when you overthink, you'll feel the anxiety. It'll cause feelings of overwhelm. And one example that we can give when you feel this is a girl you might be interested in, and you really want to reach out to her, and you don't know what to say, and you're just clustering your mind. You're fogging up your brain too much with your emotions. Now there are many other scenarios, like I just said, that you'll get affected by, but I'll just stick with this one example for now. And so you'll get way too caught up, and you don't just get affected mentally, but you're also going to be affected physically. And so when you're affected physically, there's a couple of symptoms that we'll experience, Jesus. So like, for example, your body temperature will start to heat up. Your heart rate is going to increase. You start to shake a little bit. It's like it's those nerves, and you reach a point where you kind of don't know what to do. And it's a feeling of overwhelm. So when you experience that, here's my advice for you. Please take a step back. Think carefully. Take deep breaths. Deep breathing will do so much for you in that you will physically be able to slow down your heart rate. Because when your heart rate beats fast, all these things that you're experiencing, it's telling you that your body is under threat. And with your rational thinking, of course, are you in any real threat? Probably not, especially not in this example that we're using right? If you're trying to reach out to a girl, you're trying to text, or you're trying to call, you're trying to generate some interest from her, you're trying to go on a date, just take a step back, relax. It really isn't the end of the world. So, again, practice your deep breathing a little bit. Slow down the heart rate, slow down yourself first, slow down your body before you take any sort of action, because you're not going to be able to make the best judgments and take the best actions when you're in that clouded state. So observe, I should say, that you are in that moment and that you need to slow it down. But once you got things under control, then move forward. So whatever that situation is, slow down and then move forward accordingly.
Correct. Topic number 3. Sleep is not optional. So, Paul, for the guys who are really working hard, for the ones who are using those extra hours of the day to work on something productive, I think we commend those guys, right?
Yes,
We
can.
really commend you for using those hours to working on something productive at night. Yeah, we know that you're sacrificing some sleep. We commend you. We totally understand.
Yeah.
But for the rest, guys, what are you doing? You're just distracting yourself again on your phone. If you're out there just watching corn all night, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, you need to use that time, that energy for something productive. If you're not going to do something productive, just go to sleep, my man. Go to sleep, rest, and use the time in the morning for something productive. You don't feel that's like doing something that night, that's totally fine. Okay, but just go and rest and sleep, because your body needs it. Your brain needs it. So if you really want to be productive the next day, you need to sleep. So for the guys out there working hard, my man, you also need some sleep, because you need to stay productive the next day. So let's think about more of our sleep. Just thinking more about something that your body needs, and is not optional.
Right on. Agree with that. And with that, let's transition now to topic 4. And that is, stop waiting to feel ready. All right, guys. So what do we mean by stop waiting to feel ready? Well, we're never always going to be ready for just anything that happens in life. And sure, we understand that there are some things that you do need to prepare for, you do need to study for, but for a lot of general life experience, there's only one way, that you will be ready for those situations, and it's to have experience. It's to put yourself in those positions where you learn in real time, what is going on, what ended up happening to you, and what you need to do better in the future should the same scenario arise. So for an example, what we want to bring up here is for a lot of you guys who are concerned about getting a date, getting a girl, and that is approaching a girl. A lot of you young men out there, you guys want to go out. You guys want to, especially in a big city, you guys want to go downtown. You guys want to go to the hottest bars and places where there's going to be great places to meet a lot of women. And then you want to talk to them, and then you're with your boys, right? And then you get a drink, right? And you say, after this drink, I'm gonna wait till we start approaching. And then that first one comes and goes, and then you want to get the second one, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna wait till my favorite song comes on, then I'm really gonna be in the mood, then you're waiting for things, you're waiting to feel ready, and there's no cheat code around it. Whether or not you feel ready, that doesn't matter. You need to go in now. You never will come across that feeling where you are going to feel ready. And relying on other substances to make you feel ready is not something that's going to help you in the long run. So get into the field, put yourself into those painful experiences, because ultimately this is what a lot of us men are afraid of. We're afraid of experiencing rejection, and then we feel like it's the end of the world. But look, get those experiences. Like I said, put yourself in that experience, put yourself in that situation where you do get rejected, because confidence comes from something that you've done in the past and that will happen going forward. So again, guys, just do it, learn, trial by error. There's no other way how I can sugarcoat it for you guys, but it's just absolutely important. And I say with experience, we've been out there, we've done it ourselves, and if there is anything else too on the side after this video or in the comments, feel free to even ask us. But the key is just stop waiting to feel ready and just start doing things.
Correct. Next topic: consistency beats motivation. Consistency beats motivation. That phrase, it's so important because there's also another phrase that says that consistency will take you where motivation can't, and that is true. That is true because do you think that successful people just waited until they felt motivated? That's
Mhm.
that's not what happens out there.
That's a no, by the way.
That's a no. Real yes.
Yeah.
It's really important to understand that the consistency in reality is all the discipline that is gonna just keep you in a schedule, and regardless of how you feel in that moment, is you're gonna be pushing forward towards that goal. All these people who were successful, I'm sure they were working when they were feeling like shit, when they were feeling sad, when they felt like they were not gonna make it, when their goals seemed so far. But they took a step at a time, and they took the time to really understand the value of their goals, right? And understand that that was bigger than their actual motivation. Those goals were bigger than how they were feeling in the moment. So, guys, stop procrastinating, stop being distracted, and start thinking about what is it that is really important. And you're going to stop ignoring those feelings telling you that, I don't feel motivated. I don't feel like doing it right now. Stop paying too much attention to your feelings. You need to start being more consistent, start being more disciplined towards that goal, because the consistency will take you to where motivation can't.
Right on. Well said. I agree with that. And with that, let's move on to the next topic, which is if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. All right, guys. So if things are costing your peace, it's too expensive. And that is being that, look, peace is also a type of currency and a type of value that you need to hold on to and you need to treasure more. You can't just give it away and think, oh, well, you know what, it's just this situation or it's just that situation, whatever, I'll get over it, or you cope with it some other means. You need to be honest with yourself and ask yourself too, is it stressing the hell out of you? And like, well, let's give an example, right? So it could be a relationship, it could be a job, and it could even be something that's happening in your home life, such as living with problematic roommates or problematic family. And this could be a dynamic that is just all over the place, that is causing a lot of chaos, and you don't know how to deal with it, or you're just coping and you're not taking action, or you're making excuses. And remember that your stress levels is what's going to cause you even from achieving your goals, from getting that proper sleep, from end up doing the things that you want, because there are wrong people in your life too that could be holding you back. Right, Jesus?
Yes. For the guys who are still living with your parents, just think about the situations where you couldn't do something, where you couldn't really move forward in your life. That might be costing you. So for the guys out there who are still living with your parents, think about what is it that is being limiting you by living with them.
Yeah.
So you might be thinking that you're saving money by, living with your parents, but you're not thinking that you are sacrificing on your own development. You're not sacrificing on finding your own independence, finding those moments where you really understand the responsibility of yourself. So that way you stop putting the responsibility on your parents. So yes, you might be saving some money, my boy, but you might be putting yourself back, or slowing your development and your independence. So just think about the things that are costing you, that you might be thinking that you're saving money, or that might be relaxing, that might be comfortable, but that might be costing some in some other areas.
And believe us, if you think that you can't absolutely do it, you absolutely can.
Yes.
Cut it out of your life as soon as you can.
Yes. Next topic. Most people aren't thinking about you.
Okay, so most people are not even thinking about you. And the reason for that being is that everyone is in their own world. Everyone is caught up in their own situation. Everyone's got places to be, things to do, and they got to meet up with other people, or they're rushing to work, and they're not really like looking at you and caught up in how you look like, and how you sound, or what you're doing in public. So don't let the external world get so much into your head, and don't worry about impressing other people, because most people are not even going to remember what the interaction that they had with you, or something that you said, unless if you really come across as totally out there, or if you're just straight,
Or
you
making
know
someone uncomfortable.
yeah. We're talking about, operating from a general on general terms. And i wouldn't say I wouldn't say to really overthink these things, to really overanalyze, and get caught up with things that you just can't really change after it's said and done with those interactions.
Correct. And don't put too much importance on yourself in that regards. Again, for example, for the people who are out there in the gym, you out there for yourself. The work is gonna be done by yourself. So for the guys who might be nervous to go to the gym and be like, well, I don't know how to use this machine.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yep.
really know how to dress. I don't really know, and you're just overthinking and overthinking about that situation. I'm gonna say, boy, like nobody is really gonna be thinking about you, right? So you need to relax. All those weird interactions that you had, just forgive yourself.
Hmm.
Again, we mentioned this before. Forgive yourself if you made any mistakes, because guess what? Everybody's just caught in their own life. So
Hmm.
just stop worrying about others, and
Hmm.
just think about what is it that you do to do better next time, and that's it. Just continue on. Nobody's really paying attention to you.
Right. Correct. And with that, let's move on to the next topic, and that is kindness is never wasted. So, kindness is never wasted. And considering that this is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I think this one really kind of hits a good spot here, because what we mean by this is that, well, if you have an opportunity to help people out, do it. Be there for somebody and be a lending ear, because everyone is always going through something. You just don't really know it, because people have a way of masking things or hiding things, or just assume that you don't want to hear it. And if you come across as somebody who is open, who is honest, and is caring and compassionate, then they'll open up to you. But what you're doing too is you're also paying it forward, and that might look like in certain ways, in different ways. Like you could even help out a stranger, in buying them a coffee. Just say, oh yeah, you know what, I got this person behind me, I just want to do a random act of kindness. Or you're helping somebody that pay a bill, and many other things. And so I think it's very important, when it comes to being there for one another. And you're not just always trying to look out for yourself and trying to improve yourself, but you're exhibiting qualities of leadership too, by observing other people that might need the help, other people that might be less fortunate than you. They might be caught up in situations so much worse than you, and you might even when you were thinking that nobody could have had it worse than you. Somebody always has it worse than you. Somebody always has it better than you. So things are not always as bad as you think they seem. And of course, what is truly important is be kind to yourself.
Correct. You need to be also kind to yourself. It's not wasted because the first person and the only person that you really have is just you. So you need to also show kindness to yourself. You need to forgive yourself. You need to give presence to yourself. You need to give yourself time and allow yourself to go through those maybe those hard moments. You are just a human being in this world, and you are not perfect. So all that kindness is also needs to go towards yourself, and understand that nobody is really perfect, and that you're gonna have moments where you're not really gonna know what to do, and it's fine. Just approach somebody else, approach someone, and because that's extra, that someone might also be in your same situation. So as Paul said, all those random actions of kindness might put you close to another person that might need it. Especially guys, right now they need a lot of that kindness. Right now, the world wants to say us that we are the enemy. Well, we are not. We actually need to support each other. We need to support men, and that's why we are here. Next topic: you are allowed to reinvent yourself. Last topic: you are allowed to reinvent yourself. And Paul, I heard this from a person that I really respect a lot. And hopefully for you out there, hopefully this makes you more aware of your situation, makes you understand your situation a little bit more. And this is what's happening. For the people out there who are thinking about unsubscribing from life, from the people who are going through a hard time, for the people who really cannot find an answer and are trying to end all of your problems by making the final decision, right? Let me tell you that that is really not the solution. And you just need to think about what is really the basis of those feelings. So let's step away from 1 second. The real feeling that you're having right now is that you want to end the situation where you're in. You want to end the feelings of how you're feeling. So in reality is you want to end it, but you have a solution. You have an option. And that is to just reinvent yourself. You want to end that situation? Go ahead. But symbolically, you are just going to stop being that person and you're going to start being this new person. You're allowed to leave away those people who are causing you issues, all those problems, as Paul mentioned, all that anxiety, right? You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to leave that partner that is causing you issues. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to move to some other place. You're allowed to change every single thing in your life. And that is really going to make a difference in how you're feeling in your situation. So again, step back and identify that you really just want to end whatever is happening. Do it. But there's an opportunity for you to create a new you. For the people who have anxiety approaching other people too, right? For, this is just not, doesn't go for people who are really in a really bad situation. This also goes for the normal people, who are going through difficult things. You're allowed to, for example, when you are out there to approach a girl, you're allowed to just be somebody completely different. Because guess what? They don't know you. So you can start from scratch. You can really start from scratch and be a whole new different person. You can be in a new different attitude, a different tone. And guess what? Just by you acting in a different way, your feelings, the frame of your mind is going to change. So this applies for people who are going through a really bad thing, or to the normal people who are going just to a small little thing, just as having anxiety approaching a girl. So for you guys, allow yourself to completely change everything in your life, your hobbies, your clothes, everything, your hairstyle, change it, because that is just going to make a whole different change in your mind also, in the way of how you think.
All right, guys. Well, thank you once again for joining us here on episode 6. We cannot express our gratitude enough towards you guys. We're doing all of this for you guys. Please be sure to leave a bunch of likes, comments. Please subscribe. As you all know by now, we are now on Instagram. We are also on TikTok. We are trying to do our absolute best to provide plenty of content across these platforms to get all this stuff out to you guys, because from us men, we're trying to reach out to other men out there. We're trying to help one another out. We're trying to form a community, a good safe space where we can discuss our issues and how to move forward with it, because hey, at the end of the day, we're all trying to figure this out, and some of us just really need a helping hand. That's what we're here for. And we also just want to let you guys be aware that we are working on some fresh ideas. We're not, we're continuing forward on how to produce fresh content other than, staying in the studio. We are thinking about taking our channel to some other places, maybe change it up a little bit. We do have a little bit of a surprise for you coming up in future episodes. It could feature perhaps, opinions of other people that we'd like to bring on, that we're brewing in, behind the scenes.
Exactly. So make sure to subscribe, turn the bell on, and follow us on our socials. That way you guys get to see a little bit more of a short form content of ourselves and of this channel. We might put some stuff that we're not putting here on the YouTube. So just make sure to follow us. We might surprise you here and there. So
Yep.
yes, guys. So to finish it up a little bit into this Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, guys, reach out to a buddy of yours. Reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Check out a friend, family members, an uncle, your dad. I would say a brother. Reach
cousin.
out to them and maybe share our content with them to show that you really appreciate them, that you really care about them, and especially just support each other. Guys out there, please support each other. We need this community to really support each other, support men
together.
Band
together.
So we to show that we are here, that we care about you, and that's why we are creating content for you guys here at the Improvement Channel.
Yep. And once again, closing here, my name is Paul Sebastian.
My name is Jesus Pacheco.
And thanks again, guys. We can't say it enough for watching our channel.
Thank you. Follow us on socials. Bye.
Thanks, guys.